these two here are absolutely adorable, but more ferrets is a good thing. And I have exciting news. Yesterday I called Joe from the Hockley Ferret Rescue, where we're going to be getting them. They've got over 200 ferrets looking for homes at the moment. And we spoke about the timelines and the process. And so the plan is currently that Mad Dog is coming down here on the 21st of May. And then we are going on the 22nd of May, which is my birthday and their birthday. They'll be 3 and I'll be considerably older. We're going to actually go there on the 22nd of May, and we're going to match them up with a couple of ferrets and hopefully bring them home. Now, the process is, because I checked with Jo, I was like, oh, you know, what's going to happen? And she said, well, you bring them up here and we'll start mixing them with some pairs and see how they go. And I said, will we be able to bring them home with us on that day? And she said, yeah, absolutely, unless we can't easily find a pair to match to. So she said, if we try your 2 with a couple of pairings, you know, maybe 2, 3, 4, and nothing's a match, the girls might be getting stressed by that point, in which case, you know, any new pairing that you offer them is potentially starting from a lower footing, you know, in terms of whether it's going to work. So she said, you know, there's only a certain point that you should really bother going up to. And then you sort of say, okay, it hasn't worked today, but come back another day and we'll try some different ones. So that's the plan, 22nd of May. Now, there is a kind of a caveat to that. If this job comes in for me that has me away in sort of like mid-May, that might fall in that week, in which case we'll have to move it back a week. So at the moment, it's all steam ahead for the 22nd of May, unless I get a notification that I've got that other job, in which case it'll be a week later. But no later than that. And then I've got the whole sort of following 4 weeks just completely blocked out so that I'm not away, and I'm here to manage forming a bond with the new ferrets and also introducing them into the enclosure here. And the other exciting thing, because I actually said to Jo, you know, what will be the process like for bringing them in and getting them sort of acclimatized with the girls and living in here, how long do you anticipate it will take? And she said it'll be different for every pair of ferrets. You may find that, you know, they'll blend with 2, that it can be instant and you sort of instantly know that they're going to be absolutely fine together 24/7, in which case, you know, do it. Or you may find that, you know, you're fairly confident, but you want to just keep an eye on it for, you know, a couple of days or a week or whatever, with just supervised mingling. And obviously we're not going to pair them with anyone, with any ferrets where they're going to be instantly at each other's throats. So it could be quite could be quite a quick time span between actually collecting them and having them in here for you to be able to watch them 24/7, which I'm so excited about. Although I do think even if they get on absolutely like a house on fire, I might just have the ferrets inside with me for a couple of days, just so that I can bond with them potentially. But I don't know. I mean, it can all be completely fluid. We'll figure it out as we go along. So yeah, an amazing birthday present for me and the girls would be to actually go up there and have them mix with, you know, a pair of ferrets, and we bring them back that day, and they are absolutely, you know, best of friends going forwards. So that would be super, super, super exciting. So make sure you're subscribed, ring the notification bell. We'll be sharing everything live, but also putting up posts, both short and longs, that share the journey in a different way. And the other really exciting thing as well is that Jo at the Ferret Sanctuary, I said to her, you know, do you mind if we make content as we go? You know, film the process and the adoption. And she said, no, that's absolutely fine. And I said, well, maybe we could even, you know, talk to you and get some sort of, you know, content and soundbite interview talking head content from you, that we can, you know, make into content that help people understand what the journey is like adopting a ferret, and, you know, why there are so many, you know, there are things I'd love to get her expertise, kind of expert comment on. You all right? She had a little cough. For example, why are there so many ferrets in rescue centres? Why, what's the deal with that? What advice would you give people when they are thinking about getting a ferret? What advice would you give people, working with a ferret rescue? What advice would you give people who want to volunteer at a ferret rescue centre and just, spend time with ferrets but not own them? That kind of thing. And we can make some really nice content out of that as well.